Range fans and Reloaders Network, I'm telling you, you're going to want to stick around for this video, especially the end of the video. I'm doing a little bit of everything in this video today, a little bit of everything, including some modeling. That's right, folks, some modeling. Hey, check this out. You see that? That's right. Dead at the range, always on target. That's right. I've got a sweatshirt on today, a hoodie, as most refer to it, sweatshirt back in my day, on today that I am demoing to see if it can keep me warm in this 50-degree weather. Well, I had a good friend of mine over at Martin Media Group put this sweatshirt together for me, and he's got my saying, always across the top, dead at the range, always on target across the top. We even got Mr. Revolver Guy here on the sleeve. And you know, I couldn't go forward without a little revolver cylinder here. Just to remind folks, I've been shooting a lot of 22, but I haven't gotten away from the revolvers, and there's some good videos planned for the revolvers, some good content coming up for you all to share with you, bring you out to the range with me, but next time to the pistol bay with a few revolvers. And then on the bottom of the sweatshirt, that Marine Corps Devil Dog. Don't cross them, folks. Don't cross them. When you absolutely need freedom overnight, call them boys, 911 USMC. All right, what this video is about today, outside of my great presentation and modeling, is the CZ455 trainer. This CZ455 trainer you guys have seen before, but it's modified. Heavily modified at this point, at least I believe heavily modified. I haven't swapped the barrel out or anything of that nature, but I've done some work on the trigger group. Most of us in the CZ455, 452, 457 culture, that following, know of Mr. Yoday's trigger group. I'm embarrassed to admit this to you guys. I've had one now for 2 years and just never put it in this thing. Some of the videos that you've seen before, all factory, folks. I think I pulled that one. It didn't feel right to me. 4, now we go 5. All factory trigger group, totally factory, okay? Today, I've got the Yoday trigger group in here. I've got the green shim and up underneath the sear. I've got the second to lightest spring in here, and I've gotten this trigger pull from the standard of about 5 pounds. That's what my factory trainer came out to, down to 1 pound. So does the trigger make that kind of a difference on target if the shooter does his part? That's what we're going to see today. You know this thing from that previous video, that old and shoots, and this thing, the Sporterized video, that it loves some RWS rifle match that I got from some fellows over at rimfirecentral.com, or that pointed me on to it anyways. But outside of the trigger group, the rest of it's pretty standard. You got that long, sleek, nice bluing of 24.8-inch barrel with a hooded front sight. And then you have this rear tangent sight, adjustable for distance. You guys have seen me shoot this with front sight before at 50 yards. We're going to go back at it today again at 50 yards. I've got some extended 13-round magazines in here. Usually only put about 10 or 11 in there for consistency in feeding. And most of you know when you have this CZ455 trainer, you got to put these high 1-inch scope rings, or at least for the scope that I'm using, which is a Nikon EFR 3-9. I've got these high rings on here to get above that rear tangent sight. What else have we done to this thing? It comes with that beechwood stock. This thing is sloped down in the rear, more of that proper English UK kind of a little take off the Mannlicher start, just not all the way extended. And I had to put a turbine rear cheek riser on here so that I can get the proper sight distance and also cheek weld to the old Nikon EFR so that I can shoot straight through this thing and get the same cheek weld each and every time. There you have it, folks. CZ455 with the Yo Dave trigger, and hang around to the end because we're not done yet. Hang around to the end. I got something else to show you. But we're going to put this thing on target and see how we do compared to without the Yo Dave trigger group. Here we go, folks. This will be a very informative, fun one. Let's get after it. All right, folks, we've got 10 rounds of the rifle match, RWS rifle match, loaded up into the magazine. We're going to take the top 2 targets on the left and see how well we can do with this 1 to 1.5 inch pound trigger pull. Way better than the factory trigger pull. There's one other thing when tuning a CZ in its factory nature like this. The action screws. Here's the deal. Each rifle, we know what these 22s are a tad bit different. Here's what I have found best with mine with this ammunition, and this is what I've tested. So when I took the action in the barrel out to put the Yo Dave trigger group in, got everything reassembled. The front is torqued to 21, 22 inch pounds. The rear is torqued to 18 inch pounds. Folks, that's inch pounds, inch pounds, inch pounds, not foot pounds. So this is the way the CZ455 trainer is set up for me. And what does best for me? Let's see if this Yo Dave trigger group makes any difference at all. Here we go, folks. Top 2 on the right. Oh boy, here we go. What can we do? Folks, 9 power scope. Woo! 50 yards. Yep, it's 50 yards. By the way, I get a lot of questions on, well, what yards? You never say what the distance is. I think I do in every video. Always, well, not always, 50 yards. Because I tell you, if you look at my last video here on the 50-yard line, I called out one of my best buddies. And he politely sent me a text message and said, when are you going to put on your big boy pants and extend that distance to at least 100? My reply, when he came out here with me, then we'll both put on our big boy pants and shoot whatever we want at the 100-yard line. Now, that may be a fun video. You want to stay tuned for that one. I'm going to see if I can get him out. Here we go. Let's get comfy. Top left. Looks like I pulled one, but there's the first 5 on camera after a little tweaking and tuning. By the way, I forgot to mention, yep, gosh, one of these days I might put up an old cheat card. I'm doing this all by memory. I did get an extra strength firing pin spring. So many will tell you in this game, especially with rimfire, that extra strength firing pin spring will deliver a much more consistent blow on that rim to give you the proper ignition. So that's everything when you want to get or wring out the most of a CZ455, 452, 457 outside of going to the extreme and changing the barrels like you saw I did on my other Franken 455, outside of changing those sorts of things, it doesn't really take much. And you saw how accurate this thing was out of the box. CZ455, 452, I just love them. The question is, should there be a 457 in my future? I've also had a lot of comments about the Bergera. And honestly, I'm a little afraid of that Bergera. It just seems to be so sporadic, but I can't speak to it because I've never shot one. I might stay with tried and true, which is the CZ lineup. Another 5 rounds. Next, target over. Good Lord, not shooting worth the crap today. Not doing the Yo Dave trigger much justice. All tense for some reason. All off to the right. Oh, I can shoot better than that. Let's get up 2 brand new targets, put down 10 more rounds on range, see if we can tighten these groups up, folks. Now, folks, on this Yo Dave trigger group, you can go lighter than what I did. There's a lighter spring in there. There's a larger size shim or bushing in there that will supposedly make it a little lighter. I didn't even try. Safety is always number one with me when handling a rifle or any type of weapon. Safety is priority. It's number one. So some have reported that if you go a little bit lighter, because of the bigger shim and the sear actually is the bolt stop on the CZs. Some have reported you really need to test it because that sear will not engage all the way, therefore allowing the bolt come all the way out. I just don't prefer it. I want it as close to factory as I possibly can, just a tad bit better to see if it improves my shooting. Because Lord knows, you guys have already told me I need to improve my shooting. Boy, if I didn't have thick skin, you guys been run me off by now. Some of the emails I get and stuff, it is absolutely amazing. But you know what? The majority of you that helped me get up to 12,000 subs are so gracious with your time and spending it with me on the range, and I am very appreciative of it. I love having you guys along. I love having you guys giving me the tips and hints on how to improve. But more than anything, let's have some fun out on the range. There is a time you take it serious. There is a time I take it serious. Out here with you, I want to have a little fun. By the way, I'm offering to anybody that wants to come to my little old part of town and join me on the range, let's do so. Little camaraderie. I'm hoping to get Mr. Haney out next. Yep, I'm calling that big fella out. Boy, he can shoot too, let me tell you. That guy can shoot better than anybody I've ever seen, including all my Marine Corps buddies. Very knowledgeable in firearms. We're going to see if we can get him to join us on the 100-yard line. 5 more rounds, 2 targets. I'm cheating a little bit. Went and put on my readers to see if it might make a difference. The crosshairs are a little clearer. Oh, that was me. What in the world is going on? I ain't got it today, folks. Some days are on, some days are off. The other part of it is with this stock, I mean, it really is meant to be a trainer, shoot offhand with a sling, that kind of thing. This bag I have is just not the right bag for it. There's no pressure sideways on the bag at all. So I can kind of feel my big old head kind of moving the rifle around. A lot of excuses. Charlie, Jerry over at the Reloaders Network, don't you say a word about my spectacles. Not a word. Let's see. Folks, can we tighten up that last group? Last one. Hey, by the way, end of the video. Don't go anywhere. This is the kind of range day you want to have. Maybe not from an accuracy or precision perspective, but when you see at the end of the video, ooh-wee, I can't wait. I can't wait, folks. Man, I just need more scope, I think, with these old bad eyes of mine. Oh, that was it. I don't like to dry fire my 22s. Usually count them. No, folks, come on. We can't end like that. One more 5-shot group, and then we'll show you what I got planned at the end of the video. Let's get another 5 shots, and let's get one target zoomed in downrange. All right, folks, I got 10 rounds of this old RWS rifle match. And this rifle here, CZ455. And we're going to go for the top 2 left targets. And I don't know, folks. I will tell you one thing. This Yo Dave trigger kit is awesome. Absolutely awesome. For what you get in it, for what you feel on the trigger, from 4 or 5 pounds, 4 to 5 pounds, down to 1.5 pounds, with what I use, potentially even lighter. Oh my goodness, without having to go and buy that expensive Timney type trigger. Look, love Timney. If you can afford it, I have it in one of my rifles. Go ahead. If you want to get just about the same quality, check out Yo Dave trigger. You can Google him. I don't know the name of his site. He didn't pay me for this or anything of that nature. But Google him. I'm sure you'll find it. I'm thinking, maybe I should take up modeling instead of this old shooting as a hobby. Oh boy, here we go. 10 rounds, 2 targets. That was low, I don't know. Oh boy, falling apart. And 5. All right. Think I can do better. I'm going to wrap this last group up, folks. Yeah. I think I hit that one center. Now, did I get myself all excited and can't keep them tight in the group? Let's see. Oh my goodness, where did that come from? think this is the last one. Oh, no. Look, folks, don't let my shooting today give you an impression of this Yo Dave trigger group. This Yo Dave trigger group went from a factory 4.5 pounds to 1.5 pounds with about 5 to 10 minutes worth of work, folks. I mean, really simple to do. We're going to get the old trainer, one of my favorite sporters, back on the range again and hopefully tighten up these groups. Maybe for the shooter to get broken into the trigger group and get used to it. And maybe turn in some tighter groups. Now, into the video and a little camaraderie. Ooh-wee. This is a range day. Let's go on over. I know I screwed up. Listen, folks, I packed up the cameras and everything. And I found one last box of Midas Plus in the bottom. And I said, you know what? Is there any harm in trying? Let's go ahead and try it. You saw those two groups I shot, and I said, man, you know what? The range fans are going to want to see that. They're not going to believe me. Most of those folks are from Missouri. Just kidding, they're the show me state. If I talk to them about it, they're going to say, no, buddy, no pictures, no video. Doesn't count. So we're going to see if we can get it on video. Come on, range fans. Give me some loving, folks. Give me some loving. Come on. All right. Talk to your boy. All right, we got 5 more rounds in this thing. Woo, let's get calmed down. Woo. That's what those groups should have looked like to begin with. I don't know. I've tested this thing with Lapua Midas Plus before. Didn't shoot that good. I may need to keep track of this video along with this lot number here and see if, man, oh man, that's what those first groups were supposed to look like. I'm sorry, folks. I got excited there. I got excited. One of my best groups. It needs to be up in that 10 ring a little more, but that group, I'm loving. I'm absolutely loving. Whew. That's going to make the end of this video even a little bit more special. All right, folks, let me calm down. Let me calm down, get these last 5 on target. Here we go, folks. That's 4 and last one. Oh yeah. How yeah. All right. CZ455 trainer, 24-inch hammer forged barrel, and Yo Dave trigger group with some Midas Plus. And for recording sake, the lot number is 27555/703762. I might have to see if I can get some more of that just for this rifle. What do you guys think? Man, oh man. Thank you again for getting me to 12,000 subs. Now it's time to go get some grub. All right, folks. You're going to see the second half of this video. We're going to see if it's even worthy of putting on Day at the Range. My brother and my sister-in-law done took some chops. Let me show you who else is a guest on this video outside of the 455. Let's do this. All right, folks. We're gonna go to the crime scene here and see what this is all about. I don't know what's going on around here. You know what? We're gonna swap over to the other camera and see what damage has been done. Hold on. Look at the crime scene, folks. What is this guy been up to? Komodo? Oh, it's holding temperature too, folks.
It's all closed up. It should be.
I don't know if this guy saved me one chop. Folks, take a look at this thing. Ain't that nice? Ooh, nice. Real nice. I tell you what, if you want to know the recipe is what we're going to show you. Check out dayattherange.com because we're going to show you how these things were marinated. This is what they were cooked in. And cooked by that fella right there. That's my brother right there. Cooked by that fella right there. Let's go in the house and see what this is all about. So, what is this thing here?
The meter.
What's it called?
The meter.
The meter.
Meter. Right? And this, the meter block is this wooden piece.
Okay.
And what this wooden piece, these things talk to the app by Bluetooth, but you got to be close, right?
Okay.
So if you got the meter block, it comes with 4 of these probes, and they're numbered. They're stamped on the end, like that one's number 1 right there.
Hold that back up. Let's see.
Might not be able to get it. That one's number 1.
Okay.
That's number 3.
Mm-hmm.
This is number 4.
Okay.
And this is number 2. Number 2 broke on me. I pulled it out the meat, and I pulled the tip out of with separate the end from the tip. So in the meter block, you put these things in here. It makes contact at the bottom piece and in the middle, and it charges.
That's nice, folks. I feel like I'm missing out.
So that charges the temperature probe, and what happens?
So those got some kind of batteries in them.
Yes. And that would talk, the temperature probe, they sell them individually, will talk via Bluetooth to the app, the meter app, right?
Okay.
But you got to be close for that to work. If you got the meter block, this thing, it talks to this by Bluetooth. This needs to be close, and then it connects using Wi-Fi to your network. And once it connects to your network using Wi-Fi, it starts up and asks you, use Wi-Fi? Yeah, we're going to use Wi-Fi. All right, there, and it goes out, look at the temperature probes, see what the temperature is.
Oh, okay.
Why are you humoring him?
No, I got to see. I feel like I'm missing out on something. I know I'm missing out on something.
Don't. Oh, my God. Our neighbors just replied to you. But, like, now, I put the chart remains, what was left.
Oh, he didn't leave me nothing, folks. Wait a minute. Surprise. Oh.
Look at that.
Didn't I tell y'all at the end of the video something was coming? Something coming y'all ain't never seen before? I told you. Here it is, folks. I'm sorry. Now, look, I am not going to sit down at the table and have grease up to my ears and my eyebrows. I'm not going to show y'all any of that. But if you want to see this recipe and how it was all done on the Komodo, you got to come over to dayattherange.com. Folks, I'll talk to y'all later. I'm going to eat.